أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Suratul-Baqara Ayah 74. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed Bani Israel a great sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make a dead body alive in front of them, and he talked to them and he told them about his murder, and it was a great sign of life after death. But what they have done, Allah is describing it in verse 74. ثم قست قلوبكم من بعد ذلك فهي كالحجارة. But even after seeing that, your hearts became hard like a rock. Even أو أشد قسوة, or even harder. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, you had seen a great sign, but in spite of it, your hearts became harder than before. They were hard like a rock. No, harder than a rock. Because rock stones are also have Allah's fear. But you people didn't have. So Allah is saying, وَإِنَّ مِنَ الْحِجَارَةِ لَمَا يَتَفَجَّرُ مِنْهُ الْأَنْهَارِ. For there are some rocks from which rivers gush out. وَإِنَّ مِنْهَا لَمَا يَشَّقَّقُ فَيَخْرُجُ مِنْهُ الْمَاءُ. And there are some which break asunder, and water comes out of them. وَإِنَّ مِنْهَا لَمَا يَحْبِطُ مِنْ خَشْيَةِ اللَّهِ. And there are some which fall down with the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made everything. Stones are also a creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And being a creature, they are also answerable in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they have Allah's fear. So they don't do anything wrong. In our sight, they are lifeless. But in sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they have also some type of life, which are out of our senses. But like every other creature, stones and rocks also have Allah's fear. But whenever a man's heart become hard, it will be more harder than a rock, than a stone, because those hearts has no fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَلَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. And Allah is not unaware of what you do. It means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aware of our actions. Allah knows what we are doing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking at us every time. He is surrounding us. And He knew everything about us, and He knows everything about us. We can never hide something from Him. So Allah is warning us that I am watching you. You are under my observation. Remember, I know about every act of yours. أَفَتَطْمَعُونَ أَن يُؤْمِنُوا لَكُمْ. Do you believe, O believers, do you have hope that they, people of the book, Jews, will believe in that you say. وَقَدْ كَانَ فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ, when some of them يَسْمَعُونَ كَلَامَ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ يُخَرِّفُونَهُ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا أَقَلُوهُ, have already heard the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and perverted it knowingly after they understood it. It's a very, very important statement. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking Muslims, companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that, O believers, you people still have hope that Jews will embrace Islam and they will believe you. But you forgot that they have already a book, Torah. They understood it. They recited it. They learned it. And after understanding the book, they have perverted it. They tempered it. They tempered it. They changed its words. They changed its orders. They changed its meaning. They make it ambiguous among the people. And they didn't do it by mistake. They have done this after understanding the book. When they have done this with their own book, with Torah, then how could they could be sincere with your book, with Quran Majid? So don't expect positive things from them. وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا. When they meet believers, they say, we too are believers. They used to say this thing just to deceive Muslims. They were hypocrites. So when they meet Muslims, they meet companions of Messenger, they used to say, we are also Muslims. We are believers. وَإِذَا خَلَا بَعْضُهُمْ إِلَى بَعْضٍ. But when they meet each other in private, قَالُوا, they say. What does that mean? In public, their attitude is different, and in private, they have a different attitude. This is what the hypocrisy is all about. So when they meet Muslims who were in a majority in Medina, they used to say, we are believers. We believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But when they will be together in private, qalu, they say, atuhaddithunahum bima fatahallahu alaykum. Would you disclose to the believers what Allah has revealed to you? لِيُحَاجُّوكُمْ بِهِ عِنْدَ رَبِّكُمْ, so that they may use it as an argument against you in court of your Allah. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. Have you no senses? Don't you have any wisdom? When they were together in private, they scolded their young ones who were scholars, and they used to quarrel with each other, that why do you explain Torah in front of them? Obviously, Torah has many, mashallah, true verses still in it, and its teachings are signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they advised their people who were scholars, don't tell Muslims about the true teachings of Torah. And if some alim will reply in answer of some question, a true order of Torah, they used to mind it. They got offended. They scolded him that why are you telling them the true orders of Torah? What do you want? Do you want that on the day of the judgment, used Muslims will use this education, this learning of Torah, this learning of book in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against us as an argument? Don't you have some wisdom? Are you stupid people? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is answering. Awala ya'lamuna anna Allah ya'lamu ma yusiruna wa ma yulinu. Don't they know really that Allah knows what they conceal and what they reveal? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a statement which is clearing actually their belief. They were Ahle Kitab. They had a book. They were Ummah of Musa alayhi salam. But what was their belief about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That if we will tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that what was the teachings of Torah, then Allah will know. If we will not tell him, he will not know. Their concept of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was so restricted. They couldn't recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, they thought, if someone will describe the teachings of Torah in front of Allah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will question us. And if someone will not describe the teachings of Torah, Allah don't know what is in Torah. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking them. You are Muslims, you are book holders, you are people of the book, you are Ummah of Musa, but you don't know that Allah knows everything. What you conceal, what you reveal, doesn't matter. Allah knows everything. And if you don't know even this ultimate truth, then what is the status of your knowledge? وَمِنْهُمْ أُمِّيُّونَ. Among them, there are some illiterate people. لَا يَعْلَمُونَ الْكِتَابَ. Who do not know their holy book. إِلَّا أَمَانِيَّا. They follow their own desires. وَإِنْهُمْ إِلَّا يَظُنُّونَ. And do nothing but conjectures. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now indicating the common people. The last verse was about the scholars. This verse is about common people, about public. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, the common people among them are in this state that they don't know about their book. They never understand their book. It is the situation which we are facing nowadays. We have no knowledge about Quran, we have no knowledge about Hadith, and just we are quarreling with each other. So Allah is telling us their condition, that public Majority of Jews and Christians are unaware of their book. They never try to learn it, they never try to understand it, and they are just following their personal desires. They are doing what they want to do. They are after their guesses. They just suppose that Allah wants this from us. Allah likes this. Allah will be happy on it. They are trying to guess. They are not following the Quran or Sunnah. Why I am saying Quran or Sunnah? Their Torah was their Quran, and life of Musa alayhi salam was their Sunnah. But they left it all alone, and they were after their desires, and they made some rituals which were based upon their guesses. And because of it, they had some festivals, some rituals, and they thought that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would be happy because of these rituals. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like anything which is not based on Quran or Sunnah. So we have the same criteria. Muslims has the same criteria, that if we want to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy, we should follow our book and our prophet, Quran and Sunnah. But unfortunately, today's condition is different. Majority of scholars are hiding the truth. They are not preaching properly. And majority of the public is unaware of the book. They never learn Quran. They never learn Hadith. They have no understanding towards Deen. They have no understanding towards Quran. They have no understanding towards Hadith. So they are unaware of it. And because of this illiteracy, they are quarreling with each other, and they are just trying to fulfill their wishes, their desires, and they are following only their guesses. They are believing that the deen is what they supposed to be. They are not believing in deen. They are claiming that the deen is what we suppose. This is Islam, so it should be Islam. Therefore, you are looking around so many groups, firqas. All firqas are based on this thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. Now there is another complete topic, inshallah, which we will discuss tomorrow.